Ross, can I ask, when did you get, oh yeah, Ross, when did you get, were you doing art at the same time at this time that you're playing in Exhumed in your first stint, or?
Yeah, I was actually yeah, I was when I joined, I mean, I joined Exhumed just basically right when I was getting out of high school, because I started one little band by myself, and the other guys were like, oh, he can do death metal vocals. All right, well, we need a death metal vocalist, so he's in. We've already known him for years. But so I was in, but then I was off to college for art. So I was in doing the art. I think the first demo, that was just some clip art, which is kind of had been kind of Exhumed's modus operandi for quite some time. Was like, all right, cool, we got a trading card with brains on it. We got we cut out this thing from anatomical book. That's the demo cover. And I was like, well, hey, I mean, Matt's an artist too. Matt, he downplays it a lot, but I actually like his drawings a lot. They have a Kirby charm to them, especially since he just reads Jack Kirby all the time. But I was like, we're artists. We can do, you know, I like doing the whole package, like that's always been the way. And so when we started having 7-inch covers, it's like, hey, I'm going to draw this pencils. Cole, you ink it, because Cole's also a good artist. That's actually, I met Cole was in an art class in high school. Mm-hmm. So he was actually an artist in his own right. So I was like, there's 3 of us who are like artists. Why are we not just doing our own covers and our own shit like that? And it's not like they're necessarily the greatest, but I always liked like Impetigo, Steve-O would draw all the covers, and they had a style to them and a look. And Steve-O's art wasn't exactly the most sophisticated, but it had this charm to it that you knew exactly what the music was going to sound like.
Was it art first or music second, or vice versa?
For me?
Yes.
I started up, as a kid, I wanted to draw comics forever and just do shit like that. And then it was like, hanging out with the Exhumed guys. And, you know, in high school, a bunch of other people started becoming musicians. And I was like, well, if I want to have friends, I better learn to play something. So I started well, first I started off on vocals, and I was like, well, I can write some gross shit, so that's easy. And then eventually the Matt Widener, who I was in the band with to start with in Exhumed, he was leaving. And so I was like, well, I actually kind of hate being the focus and just being the vocalist. I want to hide a little bit behind an instrument and make it, I like that kind of either 3 or 4 piece action a lot. And so music was definitely second, and I found it a very awesome way to express myself. And especially when we added the theatricality to it, I think that's something I've really enjoyed through the years. And maybe too much sometimes, where I've done some embarrassing things on stages that make Matt grimace on occasion.
Not anymore. I don't grimace now. I just laugh. But.
The most embarrassing thing you've ever done, Ross, on stage. Let's hear it right now.
Oh God, that's a long ass. Well,
no, you just one thing. The most embarrassing.
To me, nothing is embarrassing. Let me
the most embarrassing to your
most
circle.
Embarrassing to everyone else.
I'm not embarrassed at all, but I did get naked on stage one time and covered myself in blood, and there was probably like 5 people watching, and then after I got naked, there was like 3 people watching.
I think it was more like
did you do the double windmill? Yeah. Windmill the mullet and windmill the...
I had long hair by that point. Be nice. Upstairs and downstairs. I'm Italian.
So, you know, it was a mullet. You had a mullet down there.
I did. I had long hair. It was all party in the front, and my ass is.
Now I'm totally just imagining what the mullet is. Like, how would you groom that properly? Like,
very
in the back,
carefully.
The back is taint. So you can just grow out your taint, dude.
Again, I'm Italian. If I were to moon you right now, it looks like a black hole. It's nothing but pubes on there. Anyways,
business on the shaft, party on the balls.
Yeah. So that was the naked show, and then we got kicked out, and they banned us from playing that club. And I just called them a month later and told them that I had been kicked out, and they booked us again. It was fine.
Was that the Cactus Club?
Yeah, it was the Cactus Club. And then I think Matt, I think, was most mad when I strapped a rubber snake and a plastic cockroach to my arm because I was sick of spikes, and I was like, we got to do something different.
Yeah, dude. I so back that, dude. I really
It
do
didn't.
back
It
that.
didn't look that good.
Oh, I
It's-
would have been the
it
one
was
guy
not
being
cool.
like, dude, I know what he's doing, dude. I know what he's doing right now.
It was probably because I was obsessed. I'm still obsessed with Guar to a large extent. I love what they can do on stage and get away with.
Makes
So,
sense, dude. Makes
Rebelling
sense with
against the
everything you just
status
said.
quo of Spikes.
Right.
Yeah,
The status
I
quo
I
from
keep-
Cole,
Yeah.
their authority figures.
Yeah.
I just like to play and look mean now. It's a little bit easier. We do the theatricality stuff still, but it's a little more I don't want to say subdued. We just kind of
I'd say
we keep the
streamlined.
music in one place and we keep the theatricality in this other place, in this other compartment, and they mesh on stage, but we kind of just actually the musicians actually play the music and the theatricality can just happen.
Yeah, I
I
think
know,
we
I know
should-
Mike Hamilton
we
would
should.
definitely be playing his music, dude.
Yeah, Mike is
Yeah.
the least theatrical
Yeah,
guy you'll ever
I'm
meet.
well, no, I'm the least theatrical for sure.
You got a razor blade, dude. Come on.
Mike
Yeah.
Mike can't even like grimace or smile while playing drums. He's just
I'm
a
not-
stone-faced killer.
Yeah, it's tough.
He's the Neil Peart of death metal, dude. He's the Neil-
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Is Mike
And that-
having fun? I don't know. Is he angry? I don't know.
Yeah.
Never know.
Our last video, I'm just like I'm just filing papers. And Matt's like, dude, get into it. I'm just like, I'm totally into it right now. Like, yeah, whatever, guy. Yeah. I mean, I would be down to blow fire and do all that kind of blood theatrics and all that. That'd be great. But then, you know.
You blow your
Our
face.
drummer was
off.
all theatrics,
Burn
and
my
no
face off.
skill, and now our current drummer is all skill and no theatrics. So I think we're coming
Yeah.
out ahead. You know.
Yeah. I got my job on lock. Everything else is up to the front guys.
Right.
So
There you go.